It's a long season and there are a lot of games left, but this is unexpected and I've been very disappointed. That's a direct quote from Chicago Sky GM Jeff Palooka, who spoke out recently in an article with the Sun Times. He also goes on to say that they had pretty big, significant expectations for this season. That's why he made the moves that he made. Let's just start with the coaching. If you had these pretty big expectations, you fire a first year head coach to then hire a new first year head coach. Why not go out and get someone who has a proven record of success, someone that you know knows how to win championships? Lisa Leslie's available. She might not want to be a head coach, but damn it, I would have asked her. You know, she's won at the highest level. The players can relate to her. Cheryl Miller type, or someone who may not be a player, but they've won a championship before in the WNBA or the NBA. Someone who you know for a fact can take this franchise to the next level. You gambled last season with the first year head coach, and then you gamble again with another first year head coach. It's not working out the way you wanted to, but yet you expected to have this big significant shift in your franchise, but you didn't make a decision from a coaching perspective that reflected that way of thinking. Let's start with that, right? Now, something else he said about Angel in this article. He says she's a great teammate, that she's been working hard. Cool, I get that. And I know a lot of this is going to be on Angel because she's the face of this franchise. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. It is what it is, right? But he said that she's their best shot at versatility on this roster. I'm not even sure what that means, but what are you looking for from Angel? Because the way the coach has her playing, taking her out of the paint, putting her on the perimeter, in areas that she's not necessarily thriving at just yet. If you want someone to be more versatile, you have to set them up in other ways that allow for them to do that. The players that are around her, to me, do not reflect someone who's trying to make Angel more versatile in a way that benefits her and therefore benefits this roster in winning games. Courtney Vanderstoot is an older player. They were using her too much. I think it's part of the reason why she tore her ACL. That definitely didn't help, being that she's older. Camila Cordoso, her and Angel still trying to figure out that balance, you know, in that relationship on the court. Ariel Atkins, you got her and traded, you know, your third overall pick to bring her in, but she's struggling as well. Kia Nurse is struggling. This whole team is struggling. It's not just Angel. And when you watch them play against the Liberty, the defense, right? They couldn't stop anybody from shooting around the perimeter. They couldn't get any points in the paint. They couldn't shoot any threes. A lot of the threes were going up, but they were missing. There's so much that goes on with this team, and I always say it goes back to coaching. It really seems like the GM and the head coach are in two different headspaces, because when you watch them play, he spoke out about their defense, their defensive effort. Those things I understand because they can control the defensive effort. But when you watch the plays that are being called or not being called, the lineups, the time management, all those things go back to coaching. And I didn't really hear him say anything or read anything about him calling Tyler Marsh out. A lot of it was about Angel. Angel is one person. I get that she's facing this franchise, but there is no one person who can do it alone. Asia Wilson is thebomb.com, and she is struggling over there. The Aces are not having a good year either, but we know who Asia is. So to expect all this from one person and not set up that one person to be what you want them to be doesn't make any sense. I'm beginning to wonder, are they going to set Angel up in a way where she's going to get traded sometime this season, or dare I say next season? Because his thought process and what the coach has her doing and the way it's working itself out is not working to anybody's benefit at all.